Welcome to Matt Riley Bakes. Today's recipe is this, my chocolate orange tart. It's not Terry's, it's mine, and it could be yours. Let's get started. So to start with, I've got my plain flour in my food processor. You can do this by hand in a bowl. You've just got to knead it to fine breadcrumbs. To that, I'm going to add my butter, which is unsalted, icing sugar. I'm going to give that a few pulses until it's fine breadcrumbs. Turn it on. Easier than doing it by hand, isn't it? So there's no lumps of butter visible. I'm going to pop in my egg yolk. I'm also doing half a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. And give that another mix. But again, if you're doing it by hand, just keep going. So that's what you're after. So your pastry now forms a ball. If it's not wet enough to do that, you can add a little bit of cold water, but go easy, sort of half a teaspoon at a time. Next up, you're going to want to wrap your pastry in some cling film. And pop it in the fridge for half an hour. So my pastry's been chilling. It is now a lot firmer than it was. I'm going to roll that out between two sheets of parchment paper. You can put a little bit of plain flour down if it's sticking too much. So when your pastry's rolled out nice and thin, you can measure it up against your tin. I'm using a 9-inch fluted tin here. The good thing of rolling it out on parchment paper is you can move it around pretty easily. Make sure it's pushed into all the flutes. Is that the right word? Flutes. What I'm going to do now is cut off some of the excess pastry. I don't want to cut it right back against the side of the tin. So I'm going to do that after it's baked. So you're going to get a bit of shrinkage. So just cut off any bits that are really overhanging. You can use those to patch up any gaps you might have. So there we go, I've left about a centimetre proud around the whole tin. I'm going to pop that back in the fridge to chill down for 10 minutes. Whilst that's chilling, you can preheat your oven to 180 if you can. And tidy up and do the washing up. And put the kettle on. For 10 minutes. Use your imagination. So when that's had its 10 minutes, you're going to bring it out and lightly prick it all over with a fork. Then get a bit of your parchment paper that you used earlier. Screw it up. And pop it in the pastry. So I like to cover the edges of mine as well, to stop them catching in the oven. I'm going to fill the tin with blind baking beans, or if you haven't got that, you can use dry rice or change if you haven't got any rice. Not notes, don't use notes. That's going to go in the oven to blind bake for 10 minutes, then I'm going to take the beans out and the parchment paper and give it another 3 or 4 minutes. There we go, that looks great. I'm going to trim the edges off now. Always best to use a serrated knife for this, I find. Just trim round using the tin as the guide. Ah, you get to eat a bit. Good knife. Okay, so I'm going to leave that cool down completely, tidy up this mess and make the start of my filling. So the filling is really easy to make. I'm going to add my double cream, broken up chocolate, golden caster sugar to a bowl. So I'm going to use the bowl as a bain-marie. I'm going to add some boiling water, pop it on the hob, and as it heats up, continue to stir it. I'm also going to add the zest of one orange. Now you don't want this to boil, but you do want it to heat up enough so it thickens up nicely and all the sugar melts. There we go, that's had about 5 minutes. It's lovely and smooth and all the sugar's melted and the chocolate is fully incorporated. I had a little taste halfway through and mine needed a bit more orange. My oranges are pretty small, so I did the zest of about half an orange. So have a taste halfway through and add more orange zest if you need to. I'm going to pour this into the now cold tin. Okay, give the tin a bit of a shake around. I'll level all your filling out. Then it's into the fridge to chill for at least an hour. There we are, that's out of the fridge and it's set beautifully. It's got a lovely shine. I'm going to decorate mine with some of the little chocolate orange segments. Then I'm going to finish it off with a little extra grating of orange zest. So there we go, my chocolate orange tart. Served it with some ice cream, some cream, or just on its own. Hope you enjoy making it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.